We're talking with Canon Patrick Collins. So why do you feel called to be a bishop?
This is something I have been wrestling with for the longest time. In central Pennsylvania, I was doing children and youth ministry work and really fell in love with the idea of supporting, getting underneath the ministry and doing things from the behind the scenes perspective. In children and youth ministry, you're that person and you are out front and center. But as I was doing the program, I found myself putting my staff out front and center, and I got behind them. And I found myself reflecting on that perspective as I had been a teacher and an artist in other ways, and finding myself always in that idea of there are others that I need to train to step up and to do this. And so I have been wrestling with that in the idea of a church leadership role. How do I help the next generation get ready to become leaders? And part of that is mentoring and nurturing. And I see that as mentoring and nurturing the next generations of clergy. And for that, being a bishop would be really helpful.
What gifts or experiences do you have that you'd like to share with our diocese?
I have a sense of humor that just seems to come through everything I do. It really helps me to deal with the stressful situations in ministry and in life, to be able to step back for just a second and find the humor in the situation, not laughing at people, but more laughing at myself and some of the wonderfully absurd things we do to ourselves in the name of life, in the name of love, in the name of God. And just remember that I am a flawed human being, and if I can laugh at myself, I can help others to laugh at themselves. So that is one of the greatest gifts that I bring. I also bring experience from 2 other dioceses on a diocesan staff, and I understand the perspective of what it is to be in the office of bishop, and how decisions made in one office impact congregations out throughout around the diocese. So I know that when I make a decision in my office, it impacts the very church that I serve 7 miles away. And so I understand the tension of having to think diocesan-wide and seeing sometimes the challenging impacts at a congregational level and having to explain that to my own people so that I'm not tossing the bishop or myself under a bus, but trying to teach a bigger perspective that, yes, things here in Tunis Mills are one way, but things over in Easton are different. Or even then things in the upper part of the diocese and the lower part of the diocese are different. And so the decisions aren't made for one, they're made for all. And that's a perspective and a gift that I could easily bring to a diocese.
Finally, why do you feel called to West Virginia?
Please don't tell the dear people of Easton because I love them, but I miss mountains. And I know that's my humor coming out again. But there's just something gorgeous about the scenery here. And as I have come to know the search team and now the transition team, you all are lovely people. And I would honestly love to get to know more of you all better and to work with you on planning a way for the church to move into the 21st century together.
Thank you very much, Canon Collins.
Thank you.